Action.
Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Liquid Sports Show, and I'm your host Vincent.
And my name is Brian Werimo.
Brian, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
How was your weekend?
My weekend was fine.
Yeah.
Totally a little bit busy.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, a lot of action in football, but here we are. How about you?
I'm good. I cannot complain. Yes, we thank God.
We thank God.
Yeah,
and we also hope that our fans are doing well.
Yeah, and our crew here, soundman, our camera guy.
Everybody.
Yeah. Now we're going to start this thing so quick, and we are talking about the league leaders in the Premier League, Arsenal. We'll start with the game against Leeds United, and we saw those guys release. Arsenal struggled. Actually, it almost a draw, and Arsenal could have actually lost because there was a penalty which happened in the dying minutes, but unfortunately, because of VR, after VR, red card was revoked, and all of a sudden...
and even initially, there was also
a foul on
a red card.
Yes.
Not a red card, sorry, a penalty.
Missed by Bamford.
Yeah, missed by Bamford.
You see, when we talk about title challengers, we talk about a team. A team which will do anything to win. Just anything to win.
Anything.
Doesn't matter. There was a time, the certain season, Chelsea, when Fabregas joined Chelsea, Chelsea used to win the games. Something which is, you cannot imagine what's happening. Was it under Antonio Conte?
Yes. Like, sometimes you find they are lagging in the game. It's 60th minute, it's 2-0. And then, all of a sudden, at the end of
I remember Fabregas scoring 94th minute, and they won the league.
I think there were so much let's goals and ugly wins for Chelsea that season, but they still ended up as champions.
Yes, so
nobody even remembers that they played ugly that season. All they remember is the title was for them.
Same case with Leicester.
Yeah, Leicester City.
Do you think now Mikel Arteta got the Arsenal fans believing? Do you think now we can say this is a real deal? Or is it still too early? Because people talked about Arsenal have played against small teams, but in real sense, yes, they lost to Manchester United. They beat Tottenham. They beat Liverpool. They beat Leeds, a team which beat Manchester. I mean, they beat Brentford, a team which beat Manchester United. So far, so good. The teams Arsenal have played against,
they are good enough.
At some point, they've played against Man City. They've played against Liverpool, against Chelsea, and the big six has dropped points against those teams.
Yeah, so
is it the real time to say now this is the time Arsenal we need to feel like it is time now they can win the league?
10 games in, 9 wins.
Yes.
Very impressive for the young Arsenal squad.
First time.
Yes. So I think they are doing well.
Yeah.
And as I've always said, Arsenal has this kind of playing style, and I think they have implemented it. It's in their minds. It's in the players' minds. It's in the system. It's already a system. So it's like, who will come in to fit in? That is the only question right now.
Yeah.
But the system is already there, and the mentality as well is already there. Now, I kind of feel maybe at some point, maybe during we will have a World Cup break. It might have a lot of effect on whatever is happening now. But Arsenal, after winning against Tottenham, after beating Liverpool,
yes,
I'd say they are in it.
They're in it. So we can say they can challenge. We saw Manchester City is a team to beat.
Man City is a team to beat, actually. I remember last show I told you Manchester United won against Man City in the second half, only that it didn't matter.
Actually, but somehow Man City collapsed.
Yeah, so
if they continue with this, style of play, if Man City can continue dropping points, then you see right now
the gap will grow.
The gap will grow.
It's 4 points now.
Every point, every win matters. No matter what.
Yep. And now, if we flash back now to the last game Arsenal played, you'd feel they played well. Maybe just a few, we call it complacency. Like there was a little complacency from the team, but they still managed to keep a clean sheet, which is something very huge for them.
It's huge.
In previous seasons, it wasn't easy to see Arsenal keep a clean sheet. You know,
the difference between the current Arsenal team and the last maybe 6 or 7, 8 seasons. Arsenal is a team which collapses easily.
Yeah.
And what matters, I always tell people, the moment I'm watching one of the teams playing and I feel this team is being pinned in their own half.
Yep.
As long as you don't concede, you can claim a point.
Yes.
As long as you don't concede, no matter how it's tough for you, no matter how that team is pressing, because the whole of second half, actually, Arsenal did nothing. They were trying to make some passes which never went.
And you know what? In a full season, you'll have games like those. What matters is, are you able to come out with 3 points? I can tell you there are a few matches where Man City also haven't played like the Pep style, but they managed to come out with a win or a point. For example, the game against Newcastle.
Newcastle.
They were losing 3-1. You will tell they weren't playing well, but all of a sudden they nicked a point from it. So
in the end, that is what matters.
So in the end, what matters is the 3 points. So you will find in the next game, Arsenal will have a very good game. And I'm actually disappointed that their game against Man City was postponed. It would have been an epic
we could have seen, though it's a topic we'll discuss later with the moment that game. Once it's being played, we'll talk about the match. It is huge, and we saw moving away. We're talking about Arsenal, and how they can challenge for the title. And you could say the closest competitor right now, Man City. Can we say Liverpool, Manchester United,
Chelsea.
Tottenham, Chelsea are in it?
Chelsea.
Which team will you say it will challenge Arsenal, or it will push Arsenal to the corner when it comes to the title?
I'll give 3 teams which are going to fight for this title. And it's Arsenal, Man City, and Chelsea.
Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea.
Reason being, Arsenal already have a system. Their players, you can't even say Saka is the main man, so if he gets injured, maybe Arsenal will have problems, because everyone is playing
teamwork.
Well, it's teamwork. Ramsdale is doing his job. Ben White at the right back is doing his job. Tomiyasu comes in, he does his job. Xhaka does his job. So
party, everybody's
that is what is usually needed for a team to. You just don't depend on individual brilliance, because at some point players can get injured, players can get sick. So
speaking of injuries, I've tried to monitor. I think one thing with Arsenal is that for now they've kept their squad well. They changed, I think they changed the team doctors and staff, the medical team, which actually had issues. And I think we saw Arsenal losing to Manchester United because they missed Thomas Partey. But now, when you look at Liverpool, why are Liverpool struggling? Despite beating Manchester City, why are Liverpool struggling? It is because the injuries. I believe for Arsenal to be called a title contender, right now we have, in a season, we have how many games? 38, right?
38 plus any of those other games.
Yes, plus those other games. So we can talk of already they've played 10.
They've already played 10 games. 28 games.
28 games.
So it's a long season.
It's a long season. Still
already
early.
The progress is there.
The progress is there.
And I also mentioned Man City and Chelsea as contenders, because I know Man City, Pep Guardiola, he has been brilliant.
He'll find a way.
City. He'll always find a way to come back from a defeat and to get the job done. And then he also usually makes sure he can get a few consecutive wins, which brings the team back to the top. And and for Chelsea, I don't know, but Chelsea know how to bounce back when they have a new manager. I don't know how it happens, but they have shown signs of being back like a team that can contend, and I'm sure they'll push, and very soon you'll see them in the top 4 and top 3.
Actually,
probably.
for the longest I've watched football, I think Chelsea is the only team which doesn't struggle. We've seen Brendan Rodgers when he left Liverpool. The other guy, when he also left Liverpool, it was actually tough for them. You see, talk about Ferguson departure from Manchester United. They became a totally different team. Which other team can we give example with? I think it was that especially for Liverpool, Brendan Rodgers.
Even Arsenal.
The previous manager for Liverpool. Kenny
Dalglish.
Yes. That guy. So there is Declan, but for Chelsea, Di Matteo is there.
They do something.
They do something.
I don't know. There's something.
Conte comes, you do something. Tuchel comes, you do something.
Everyone who
Mourinho
comes,
you do something. But for Manchester United, how many coaches so far?
So many of them, and it's a little disastrous over there, man.
I think.
And
so maybe to wind up this, should Arsenal fans believe?
They should believe.
Or is it too early?
They should believe. They should believe. You never know what comes at the end, but the start always shows where you're going.
Yeah.
So they are going in the right direction to challenge for the league title.
Yeah.
And they should go for it.
Definitely.
They should go for it.
So I leave it to the fans. Do you think Arsenal now, Michael Arteta, got the Arsenal fans believing this thing is ours? This thing, we can win it?
Let us know.
Or should we just tell them it's too early?
Yeah, let us know in our comment section about what you feel about who's going to win the Premier League as well, and if you think Arsenal can maintain from now until the end of the season.
Yeah, we've come to the end of this episode. My name is Vincent.
And my name is Brian Werimo.
And this is
the Liquid Sports Show.